Hello! Welcome to another week of my life. My name is Christine, and I'm a brand strategist residing in the big and great city of New York. On this channel, I record all things branding, all things life, all the things I do and the places I go, and my navigation through life with my family back in Taiwan. If that sounds remotely close to your cup of tea, I hope you stay along on this journey with me and say hi. I love some new friends. In this particular episode, I have some exciting new career achievements to share with you, so tag along, and let's get started.
早上在家里开会，下午就还是决定要当个乖乖的打工人，进公司乖乖的上班去刷存在感。所以我现在明明下午2点，但是现在要进公司。
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
I came into the office to try to get a little bit more face time and see more of my coworkers, but one of the challenges of working in the office is that everyone takes calls from their desks and it gets kind of loud. So here I am in the office, but in a phone booth taking calls, which is not ideal, but that's the reality of working in a hybrid space sometimes when everyone's on calls with clients or with team members that are not based in the same city. Luckily, this was the only remote call that I had to take from the office today, and I was still able to get some FaceTime and discuss it with coworkers in person.
我下班了，真的是累到不行。不知道有没有人跟我一样，就假如说今天就是上班很累的话，就会想要下班走一个不一样的路线回家，看会不会心情变得不一样。
Walking home and slightly commuting definitely helped transition my mood from thinking about work to just enjoying and living my life and just taking one step at a time and breathing. After work, I did nothing to try to be productive today. In this fast-moving world that we're always living in, there's always this pressure to keep on moving, keep on producing, keep on putting out things. And after I started creating content, that push definitely increased. With every downtime, now there's always this thought of, should I be editing? Should I be thinking about new themes to be producing? Yeah, this is just a reminder for you to also take a breather if you're also feeling the same, because rest is important. And as much as you can burn out from work, you can burn out from anything, even things that you love doing. So maybe pause and take a breather and just watch Netflix and do things that turns off your brain once in a while. The first thing I do in the mornings is often check my email and respond to any Teams chats that I did not see late last night or early in the morning. And that often doesn't take too long. Sometimes since I have meetings at the first thing in the morning, then I don't have time to check, or I multitask and do it while I'm in the meetings, but today I have a little bit of time. This week, one of my main priorities is that I am helping a brand launch for a client in the upcoming year. So we are doing a lot of what we call rollout planning, which is planning for how to actually launch the brand. And internally, you don't just launch it. There is a lot of internal education with employees and making sure everyone is brought along the way before the brand is actually launched. Externally, the internal employees are all ready and are well versed in the brand, whether it's brand strategy or the different elements of the brand identity. And that is the program that we're designing right now, engaging different activities, having different communication touch points to make sure that internally all the stakeholders are aware of all the different pieces and equipped with all the tools to be able to launch the brand externally. And externally, we're making sure the different stakeholders that the client has is engaged along for excitement. And that includes the customers and the investors, each of whom we will have to engage separately because of their different needs. This is where a lot of strategy skills intersect. For brand strategy to have to know and be really well versed in all things that have to do with the brand, communications planning to make sure that all the different audience needs are considered and leverage different channels to communicate with them, and also some of experiential planning because we'll have to touch some of the event touch points even though we're not actually planning for the events or actually planning the communications. It's good to have those skills so you're able to view cohesively to know what is best for this brand moving forward and launching it. If you haven't noticed by now, I love working from home because you get to cook and sit down to eat long lunch. Today on the menu is Trader Joe's orange chicken and also some stir-fried onions and eggs. I usually still work or read a little bit during lunch so that I'm still staying productive even though I am taking a long time to eat my lunch. Today, I am just still reading through some of the decks and making some revisions before my meeting in the afternoon with my internal team. So as I kind of mentioned previously, this rollout plan that I'm working on is designed to guide the client in steps of launching their brand to their employee base and also externally to the world. So part of this process is not only designing a very careful program, but also thinking about how to inspire our client to make sure that they're excited and it's not just a boring plan laying out the steps of do A, do B, do C. So in this process, I'm working very closely with my creative team, that is the designers and also our writers, to come up with ideas on themes and also different touch point ideas and mocking them up so that the client is just as excited about this as we are. Outside of my internal teams, I'm also working with other agencies of my clients, including their events agency and also their digital agency, in thinking about what are some of the other ideas that they have that we can incorporate into this cohesive plan.
太漂亮了，漂亮到不行哎，好美哦，那个夕阳。
And after work, we were blessed by this beautiful sight of the clouds and the sky being painted these beautiful colors, and I wanted to share this with you. It's moments like this that really remind me to slow down, sit, and just look up and be able to breathe in and enjoy the beautiful sights that surround us. This was amazing, and a lot of people were enjoying it on the roof with me, so a great reminder to slow down.
Afternoon snack. 葡萄牙回来的蛋挞，还有我自己泡的冷泡茶、清茶。外酥内软，很 flaky。我等一下6点多要出门去参加我的第一个 award ceremony， 我很期待。这个 project 是我来我们公司做的第一个 project， 到现在那个 brand 已经 launch 了，然后我们有 submit 它到 awards， 所以 fingers crossed 应该是有得奖，只是不知道是不是大奖，所以就 again fingers crossed。好美哦，会有好运吧？会得奖吗？这个面相，这样。快要到 Times Square， 所以就塞车塞超严重，就决定走下来，下车直接用走的，还好没有穿太难走的鞋子。
So the award ceremony that I'm attending tonight is the Transform Awards North America, and this is the first award ceremony that I've had the pleasure of attending. as being a finalist of being selected. And it was a great night because I was able to celebrate it with many of my coworkers. My company have submitted numerous awards that got shortlisted, so we were invited, and we actually bought out 2 tables, invited some of our clients to celebrate some of the works that we have. It was a great experience. I'm sure this doesn't happen all the time, but we actually brought home 18 awards in total, including the biggest award of the night, which is the Grand Prix, celebrating its comprehensiveness across all aspects of branding, including brand strategy. I think one of the things about this industry is that rebrands often only get noticed for the visual components of it, and the verbal and strategy is often overlooked. So I was especially happy that we won the gold for Best Brand Architecture Solution. This is one of the high points of my career so far. Looking back, even just in grad school, I've always known that I wanted to be in branding, but it has been a rough journey to get into branding, and now today to be winning awards for the work that I did, this is truly a career celebration, and I wanted to record it so I can look back on this and be able to share this with you.
The Grand Prix winner of this year's Transform Awards North America is GE Aerospace and Enterprise.
的任务是我要先进去公司刷卡，然后刷卡完我要去 Google， 所以我等一下刷完我要坐上楼，然后呢绕一圈下来。真的很不想进公司，但是他们已经开始 track 那个 batch weights， 所以就只能用这种方式。我是一个很不喜欢进公司的人。那公司假如说没有饭吃，然后那个我的 setup 在家里又比较好，那为什么我要进公司？大家又还是 remote 的 meeting， 真的是不懂。现在要前往 Google， 然后我刚刚在路上经过一个女生，发现她边走边哭。纽约为什么这么激烈？一定要走在路上边走边哭才像真的住在纽约吗？好像好荒谬哦！天哪，好哀伤。
Starting a few months ago, Google started implementing a visitor count, so I'm always so thankful that my friends bring me here to Google to eat and enjoy their office space with them, because there is a limit now. And I do have to say, I love the food at Google. There is always so many different types of food to choose from, and it's all freshly cooked. And my favorite's actually the orange juice, the freshly squeezed orange juice. I would say that it's one of the best that I've ever had, even though it has to depend on the different season. After lunch, we grabbed a nice cup of latte and found a spot to sit down and work for the afternoon. After work, we took a little walk around Greenwich Village and West Village to a spot called Raku. It is a Japanese udon spot and definitely a great spot to hit. The udon is freshly made, and in Taiwan we call it 𝐢𝐽, which is like chewy and bouncy noodles. And their appetizers are also really good, especially the karaage. So highly recommended if you're ever trying to find a spot for dinner and want to look for some soupy or even stir-fried udon. I might be over-explaining my RTO mandate in this video, but part of the return to office policy that my company has is that we are staggering the days that people come in. So we have assigned days 2 days a week, and on Fridays it is a 2 times a month policy where some people come in on the Fridays and then you get to see people in different teams, because in the assigned days, it's only people in your same team, so that you could mingle and talk with coworkers that you don't on a daily basis. So I guess it's kind of nice that they have this, and I don't actually mind it as much coming in Fridays when it's not as busy as compared to days that I am very heavy with meetings. At the end of the day, we're still a brand consultancy, so creativity is still very much at the center of what we do. Maybe it's just about the change of pace, not having every day the same day as yesterday, and not having each office day the same day as the day before that you come in. It's adding a little bit of different things in life, and it might just be easy as seeing different coworkers, being able to be inspired by them and spice up the mundane work life. Isn't that what work and life is all about? And that's all for a week of my work life. I decided to keep the weekend out at this one to just kind of record the day-to-day work and a little bit of after work stuff. So let me know how you like this, and if you want to see a weekend one where it's a little bit more fun and less work heavy, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. Bye!